Hello, my friends. Welcome to Take Two Tuesday. We're here live from the Stamps of Life in Orange County, California. Welcome. Good morning, I said to all of you, or afternoon, wherever you might be. Welcome. Welcome. Happy to have you here. Let's see. I think everything is rolling so far, so we are going to get going real fast here. I have a backup plan for batteries, so if my audio pops out later, somebody tell me in the chat. I'm going to try to keep an eye on it, but I think I have enough battery power to make it through a whole episode if we don't go too crazy long. But I do have a backup set of rechargeables ready to go while they're charging, and then we will get all the way through with sound, hopefully, one way or the other, with the first set of batteries or the second. So let's say hello, all of you. My name is Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life. We do this weekly episode called Take Two Tuesday. And what we do is we go back in time and look at some dies, stamps, different items here at the Stamps of Life that may be new to many of you. And it's also just a reminder for a lot of you that already have these items. Maybe you haven't used them for a while because they could be several years old and you have forgotten you have them. And so this is a good refresher for you when you see the ideas and the samples on the website and I show you how easy it is to work with. You might find it a little more interesting and you might say, hey, I want to break that out again. So that's what we do here once a week. I hope you can join me not only today, but you'll come back next week. We'll have some fun today. We are going to look at a alphabet set of called dotted numbers and also dotted alphabet dies. We're going to look at that. We have a big word thanks die set that's really nice. You can use it like on a card front. You can also make a folded out of it. So that's a different option. And we are going to, let's see, we're going to do some fun facts today. We also have a different quiz game to play today that I will need your help. It's kind of picture oriented and it's going to test our knowledge. Do we know what these pictures are? So we'll work together and I think we can do it. So let's see, let me check in here with everybody, see what's going on our chat. Who is here? Hi, Michelle and Janet. I see you both there. And let's see who else is here. Karen and Bear Blue. Sylvie's here. Welcome, Rebecca, friend me, myself, I, hello, Pamela and Shelby and Paula, Eleanor, welcome all of you. So I hope, first off, you guys are having a fantastic day. My day is going good here. Things are smooth so far. I've been getting ready for our store day coming up. In case you don't know about that, we do have a store day coming up next week. Now, if any of you are in Southern California, I don't know, anywhere in California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Canada, any one of those places, come see us. We're going to be open next Saturday. That is not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, May 3rd. And we're again here in Laguna Hills, California. We're going to have a store day. We'll open at like 9 a.m. and go through about 2 p.m. Stephanie will be here to demo. We're estimating the demo will take place at 10. And I'm trying my best to set it up to live stream. For sure it'll be recorded, but I'm hoping to be able to have a live stream so all of you can check in with us and have some fun. I know there's going to be some brand new items. And it's always fun to see brand new stuff. And Stephanie will demo it and make it fun. So that is coming up in about 10 or 11 days, something like that. So we're getting close. But I've been cleaning this place. Normally this room is just piled with stuff over here. I cleared all that out so we have more shopping space. And I've added some items to our walls. It should work out good. More shopping space, more room for all our friends, and we're going to have a good time. Well, hopefully we'll get good weather. We've had really nice weather lately, so hopefully that will all come together. What else is coming up? Let me see. Let me check through this. We have, of course, Thursday we'll do our crafting corner with Stephanie. That will be Thursday night, so join us for that. If you don't usually watch, check in. Stephanie usually gives away some prizes during each one of those crafting corner presentations. So you want to join us for that, a chance to win a gift certificate for the Stamps of Life website. And we always have fun. And then that's Thursday. We're on YouTube and Instagram, usually Facebook. What else is up? Oh, this Thursday, if you are a Fold It Club member, if you're in the Fold It Club, the new shipment starts going out on Thursday. So if you think you wanted the current one, the one that is the award, the trophy die set, let me see if I can find that real quick. The trophy die set with the Fold It Club, that is still available. I can switch over to that real quick. Hang on here and show you. So our clubs, if you go to the stampsoflife.com and then click on join the, whoops, not that one. Sorry. Join the club up there at the top. It's going to take you to this page where it shows all of our clubs. So our current Fold It Club, which is just for today and tomorrow, I think, is the trophy, and you get the stencils that go with it. And there is a couple freebies with that shipment. Plus, if you join right now, you get a nice die set. It's kind of like a banner, but it's valued at $26.99. That is free if you join the club. So you will really like that. It's a nice gift. And you get the freebies. And then Thursday, we start off with a new club shipment. I think Stephanie is going to, I'm not 100% sure about this. I think she is going to do a live, what do they call it? Live reveal tomorrow night. I can't think, my brain's a little bit slow tomorrow. A live reveal tomorrow night, I believe, for the new Fold It Club. So that will start shipping Thursday morning, okay? Thursday, Friday, at the latest. By Saturday, I will have them all out. So that is something to look forward to if you're in the Fold It Club. If you want to join a club, that club is awesome because Fold It, you can do so much with. They're versatile and easy. Let's again swing back over here. You guys, I have a question for you as we're starting up here, as I get things running. Besides a cat or a dog, because I know almost everybody goes for cats and dogs. If you could choose one kind of animal to have as a pet, what animal would you choose? Any kind of animal. It wouldn't be legal. It's just because you wanted it. You could have it. You'd have to deal with it and take care of it. What kind of pet would you like? Not a cat or dog, because I know that's everybody's favorites and everybody probably already has those. But what kind of animal would you like to have as a pet? And I was thinking to myself, what kind of pet would I like? Gosh, I couldn't keep it in my house because I would say like a dolphin. A dolphin would be cool, but obviously I can't keep it at my house. What else? A dolphin. Gosh, I don't know. What kind of land animal would I want? Tell me, you guys, what kind of animal would you like to have as a pet? I said no dogs or cats, you guys, Wendy and Damari. That's cheating. You got to pick something weird, strange, something different. I would kind of think of a monkey. Monkey seems like it might be fun, but I think they can get kind of messy. So think of something different. Yeah, ferret. There you go. Duck, flying squirrel. Good. Bunny, parrot. You guys got to think more wild, more crazy. Snakes, tarantulas, scorpion. Just teasing. But think big. Birds. Yep, that's good. So, okay, that'll get us started. Anyway, on the chat, whenever I ask a question, I really hope that you'll participate and get involved. It makes it more fun when everybody answers. You can find things that you have in common with other people. And then sometime we might just find out we're totally different. We're the outlier. We're the strange one. But it's fun to do. So I will present questions and we'll have some chat in here. And of course, you'll help me out with the game that we'll play later. But it really helps if you get involved. And then, like I had put the banner up below earlier. Let me see if I can find it. If you would do us a favor and hit the like buttons, that would be great. Likes and shares and all that kind of stuff helps people find us on Facebook or YouTube. The more activity, the better. So I hope you'll do that. That kind of supports. It's an easy thing to do if you can find it. Usually it's down in the corner or down by the comments. There'll be something that you can just hit the like, and that does help. Now, if you are watching this later, this is taped. If you join midway, you can go back and watch all the way from the beginning if you want to. And if you missed the chance to do the live comments, you can still comment it in the section down below. So answer the questions. If you have a different question not related to what we asked, if you need a prayer request, anything, you can add that in the comment section below. We do always check those, so watch out for that. Okay, let's get going here. I think did I roll through everything? I talked about that. Oh, well, and I hope all of you had a fantastic Easter. I should have told you that last Tuesday, but now that Easter has passed, I hope that you had a fantastic Easter and you were able to celebrate. It's awesome to know that Jesus is alive. And we will be talking, I always forget to mention that at the end of this, we will be doing a good news segment. So that is a little bit later, okay? Sorry I left it on that screen for so long, Stephanie's screen. We will do a good news segment. We'll open up our Bibles. We're still in Proverbs 10. I found another verse that's kind of good there and that we can apply to our lives. And I think it will be a blessing to us. If you want to read ahead, you can do like Proverbs 11, 12, 13. Remember, if you do one chapter of Proverbs a day in a month, you'll like read through the whole book. You'll read through the whole book. So that is awesome. And it's just fun to get into God's word. And I think that's the main way God wants to speak through us is if we open our Bible. So if you have a Bible, open it up. You can have it on phone. I'm going to use my phone today for my Bible. I have it right here. I think it's ready to go. We'll figure it out. But let's get started. Our first item then. And let me go ahead and take that down. Again, if you are new, my name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life. Let's see if my name is still here. Yep, there I am. And this is Take Two Tuesday. Our first item today. Which one are we going to do first? Let's do the alphabet and numbers. So we have this set from. Let me find my little screen here. Where'd it go? I know this time I made these right, so they work. I checked them. I double checked them. Last week, these little signs didn't work. So dotted alphabet and numbers. This is from January of 2021. So what are we in 25? So a little bit over 4 years ago. I believe, let me check here on the website. I believe these were also on HSN. Yes, they were on HSN as well. So you might have purchased them when Stephanie went on HSN. You might have bought them from us on our website. Either way, these are awesome. You get a lot. How many dies? This die set, 52 dies. So you're getting the dotted alphabet and a shadow for each one. On our website, let me see if this is here. Ooh, this idea booklet. When we sent these out with HSN, they received an idea booklet. But the good news is that idea booklet is on our website. Let me show you where that is. So if you are on our website, and let me get rid of that scroll down there. Get rid of that. You can see right here is the idea booklet. If you just want some ideas, you just click on that book, and it's going to give you a whole bunch of ideas, which is really helpful. And it's fun to have ideas. And then you can check out right here. There will be some ideas for you posted. There's all the dies you get. Again, 52. And we'll look at some of these samples. Great ideas. A2 slimline. It works on all different size of cards. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a mom example today because Mother's Day is coming up. There's Celebrate on a slimline, Coffee on a slimline, and Hi with a folded flower. Count to 5. Ooh, that's a fun idea. And back to our main video there, our main page. And then if you want to see the numbers, you would just scroll down right there. And then we do have other die sets as well, that alphabets. But this would take you to the numbers, and you can see some more ideas there. This one is 22 dies on this. So you get all those numbers, and you get your little and signed as well. So those are all available on the website. I do have some samples here that I want to share with you. So let's go ahead and do that. And I do have quite a few. So this is going to take a minute, but it will be fun to see these even more than we saw on the website. So let me grab these for us. And I do have some kind of alphabet fun facts out. So we're going to check out here in just a minute after we look at these samples. We'll do that. Okay. And then I will show you how easy it is to die cut these. And you can be adding them to your cards, your creation, really make it kind of fun. Let's switch over to my table. And all right, here we go. That's good. And we're going to get rid of, we don't need to see Ken's name anymore. Good. Where am I? Style. Okay, got it. All right, here we go. Lots of cards. So I hope you like these. There's a lot to see. So hey, you can see me over there on the TV today. I didn't know that normally shows up. There I am. Whew. I can't wave to myself. All right, Mom on an A2 rounded card front there. Here's the number die set being used with the Sweet 16. That's a pretty card. Look at how nice that one is. See if I have to scoot back just a tad so we can see all of these. And get well soon. That's a cute one. I like it with the alphabet dies. Most of these have white as their background, but you have the option. You don't have to use white. It's up to you. Up to you. You can do this one. Whoop. This one looks like I'm going to hide this part because it's lost a couple letters. Somewhere they got mixed up. But you can go without the background if you like to. Just put it on a solid. So that's a different option. And there's that counting. It said count to 5. You got 1. That's a great fun gift if you want to give to a kid. It's kind of fancy, but help them to count. That's a neat idea that you might like. Goes up to 5. Here's that coffee slimline, and wow, it really sparkles and pops off. And great little idea there. So our designer has used some of the alphabet dies for this and then left it out just to give it a little bit different look there at the end. Coffee, it says. Let's get a cup of coffee. Here's hello, a hello card. A little more traditional. Got the white background behind the letters. And you can even make it into a little, look, we have a few different tag ideas that you could use at Christmas time, count down your days if you did an advent calendar, something like that. Or you could just decorate your Christmas tree with the numbers like that. I don't know, maybe take off a number each day, whatever you want to do, whatever tradition you might like. Noel, just using the background from the card, not using the shadow of the dice. Oh, here's one more. There's the special day, December 25th, right? Christmas Day. Here is a love with our little umbrella. Love you too, it says. Cute. And so lots of great ideas. Thank. And what does it say anything inside? It just says thanks. Whoop, we must have lost the nest there, right? Wow, some of these cards must have really been through it because I didn't even notice that they were missing some letters. Here's a thanks with the S. That's better. Thanks a bunch, it says. Okay, great. So there's our card samples. I hope you like those. They're really nice. Let's see how we're doing in our chat before we check out our fun facts here. Oh, who else is new? Jane made it. Awesome. Teresa's here. Great. Yeah, the card samples are nice. The card samples are nice. So, and who says they have this? Larissa says she has it. Larissa, when is the last time you have used this die set? Tell us in the chat. Tell us in the chat. When is the last time you have used this die set? Has it been a while or did you use it recently? I hope you use it recently because it's kind of like one of those ones you could just see by the examples. Any kind of occasion, birthday, you could spell it. Mother's Day coming up. Party, happy birthday, hello, whatever you want to say, get well. It works any time of the year and for all occasions. So it is a really fun and versatile one that if you have it, you want to use it. Make sure you break it out and use it. Dawn says she's working. Oh, Dawn, don't get in trouble. We don't want you to get in trouble, okay? We don't want anybody to get in trouble here. Jean says she would get a horse. Jean, I did have a horse when I was a kid. And it was fun to have a horse, but they are a lot of work. But if that's the kind of animal you want to have, awesome. Awesome. Let's see. Anybody else? So, Damar said it was a quiet Easter. Connie said a panda bear. Ooh, that would be a fun one. Friend, me, myself, and I said a moose. Wow. And Paula said and also an otter. Karen says she's just sticking with her dogs. Great. Okay, we are supposed to do our fun facts here. So since we're looking at alphabets, I found some fun facts about the English alphabet. So let's see. There might be some things here that you don't know about. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the screen over here, and I'll kind of read through these from you. So our fun facts, some of the time we learn some things that are goofy. Some of the time they're just fun. Some of the time they're things that are maybe important and helpful to us. So we'll scroll through these and we'll see maybe if you know these or if you didn't, okay? So let's see. Here we go. And I should be able to pop up on the screen up there. Okay, our first fun fact here about the alphabet. The English word alphabet, which comes from Latin, comes from the first two names of the Greek alphabet. Did you know that? Alpha and beta. Alphabet. Alpha, beta. These Greek words, however, are derivations of the Phoenician alpha and bet, okay, which go back further than 1050 BC. Wow. This is a good one. I hope you guys didn't see it. What is the most commonly used letter in the alphabet? Does anybody know? I shouldn't have showed you the answer. Does anybody know the most? Let's see. Larissa said she used it for her 70th birthday card. Good job. Good job, Larissa. And Jane says she used this die set back on her 60th birthday. Great. What is the most popular, the most used letter in the alphabet? Who knows? Who knows? Can anybody guess in our chat? Anybody guess? Can anybody guess the most used letter in the alphabet? The most used letter. Post your guess there. I want to hear what you guys have to say. This is an easy one. Everybody's going A pretty much. A's. Lots of A's. Let's see. Let's see. There it is. The most, and I wouldn't have known this, so I'm not outsmarting you. The most commonly used letter from the English alphabet is E. E, like an elephant, eyeball, exercise. E is the most popular. Let's see what's coming up next. The 26 letters of the English alphabet make up more than 40 distinct sounds. Since there are a lot more sounds than letters, many letters have different pronunciations. That makes sense. So C, it says in cool, sounds different than C in city. That's kind of weird, but that's how it works. So language has 40 different distinct sounds in English. Some of the letters have to double up. Number 4, the dot over the letter I, we talked about this on Crafting Corner the other night, is called, who knows that? Who knows that? What is the dot, the little dot above the letter I? What do they call that? You guys guessed it the other night, so you probably know it today too. What is that? What is that? It is a, and I wouldn't have known this unless we talked about it on Crafting Corner the other night. The dot or the letter I is called tittle. Good job, Paula and Karen. They knew it. Friend, me, myself, and I. Awesome. Next, the least commonly used letter, well, we gave it away, in the English language is Z. Now, that's interesting. I would have guessed X. Z would have been a close option, but I would have guessed X. So the least commonly used letter in English is Z. And then each letter has both a major and minuscule version. So I think they're meaning uppercase and lowercase. Let's see. Yeah. So we have upper and lowercase. About 100 languages use the same alphabet like in English, which makes it one of the widely used alphabets in the world. While some languages have a few more letters and others have a few less. They all share the 23 core letters originally found in the Roman alphabet. The most common word in English is, there it is, the. Kind of boring, huh? Look at this long word. Has anybody ever even heard of this word? The longest word in English which doesn't use the letter E is, and I'm not even going to try to say that, but have any of you ever even heard of that word? Have anybody heard of that word? But it has no E's in it. Can you believe that? No E's in all of that. Look how many I's there. Let's count the I's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, excuse me, 8 I's. One word with 8 I's. Wow. Wow. And let's see, a sentence which contains, this is good. This is a funny one. So there are ways to make sentences which use every letter in it. And does it use it only once? Let's see. So a sentence which contains all 26 letters of the English alphabet is called a pangram. I've never heard of this. A famous pangram is, so each letter can only be used once, it looks like to me. No, that's not true because I see the T being used twice. So the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So every letter is used in that sentence. That would be tricky to try to figure that out. Oh, somebody knew it. Yeah, friend, me, myself, that had it. But there is an even shorter one, such as pack my box with 5 dozen liquor jugs. There you go. So there are some interesting facts about the English alphabet. So anytime you want to trick somebody, say, hey, what letter is the most used in the English alphabet, and see if they can guess or not. You will know now it's the letter E. And the most popular word, don't forget that one either, is the. Kind of boring, but that is what it is. That's what we'll say. Let's see. Friend me, myself, you almost had it. That was good. That was good. Let's see what else we have going on here. Okay, we are going to go ahead and we're going to die cut these now. Let's check out our die cutting station. And I have prepared some of this ahead of time to save us some time. But I'm going to show you how easy it is to die cut. And we'll have some fun with this. Let's jump over there and check this out. Again, we're looking at our alphabet die set and our numbers. We've got that. Let's scoot that out of the way. And so I am going to grab a row of these letters, and just real quick, we will cut out we'll go ahead and cut out this one strip just so I can show you how easy it is to do, and we'll do the shadows. Now, normally I would want to put adhesive on the back of this before I die cut, but just for the sake of time, we will not adhesive. But if I could put a little disclaimer right now, it would say, for best results, add adhesive sheet before die cutting. I would put that down at the bottom, right? It'd be right down there. I would post that. Okay, so we've got those out. I did pick out a few that we're going to use for when I actually adhere them, but so I just grabbed, these are the last few letters of the alphabet, V, W, X, Y, Z. I just want to show you how we can cut those real quick. And we'll cut the background, and we will also cut the inside letter. So we're going to peel those off of there real quick. This will take a little bit of work for me. Give me 1 second. Should have actually done this ahead of time, but it won't take me but a second. 5 letters, not that big a deal. But we will use this bright color here. And let me get a little more light on this. Starts off light, and then it kind of gets a little bit darker as I move over this way. So let's brighten that up. Okay, good. Yeah, take that down one more. And we're going to run these through. This will be the dotted part. And then I will also, for the background, we'll run it through on just a white cardstock. So they really will kind of stand out for us. Let's do that. If you're new to die cutting, this is our die cutting machine. We have these plates called cutting pads. And your cutting board, your plate goes down first, then your cardstock, then your dies, and they have to be facing down. If they don't face down, they will not cut. They will just kind of emboss. And I'm guilty of doing that mistake every once in a while. I'm not paying attention. And I'll run it through, and I'll go to poke out the dies, and nope, they're stuck in there because they were upside down. They were not the correct way. The blade has to be facing down. Then I put another cutting pad on top and just run it right through. Die cutting really is easy once you kind of get the hang of it. Of course, in all things, there's a little bit of a learning curve, but it doesn't take much to figure it out. You guys are all smart. I know you will get it down easy. So I've got those, and let's see. So I'm going to get these dies out of the way. Set those off to the side. And let's see our letters here. We're going to pop these out and get this piece out of the way. Great. Looking good so far. And we have all these little dots in there that we'd want to get out, but we're not going to spend our time doing that. So let's see. We've die cut all of these, and you'll see not all of the little dots have popped out, but you could take a little pokey tool or a little brush, die brush, and you could get those out real easy, quick. So I'm going to set those off to the side. We're going to get a piece of white here, white cardstock, and we're going to do our background dies. And again, at this point, if we were really using these, I would take my adhesive sheet and I would put that on the back. What does the adhesive sheet does? It makes your die cut into a sticker. So after you die cut it, you don't have to go back and get your roll of adhesive and trying to roll it on each letter. Each letter already is sticky from the adhesive sheet. So that's why you'd want to use that. Highly, highly recommend. I think almost every episode we do here, I do recommend the adhesive sheets. When you're just making a big card base or adding some big images, no problem. You can use your rolling adhesive. It's fine, works easy. But when you have these smaller, more intricate dies, you might want to give a try with the adhesive sheets. It really is helpful in the end. It takes you a little bit longer at first, adding that adhesive sheet to your cardstock, but in the end, it's really going to work out best for you. All right, I've got this, and let's see what we've got now. I've cut the background for these letters. I've cut the letters. I cut the letters, and we're going to kind of put them together. And again, I'm not trying to spell a word or anything like that here. I just did some random letters, and they happen to be the last few letters of the alphabet. Probably all the least used letters, but that doesn't matter. We're just playing around and showing you how these can work here. Well, we've got our V, W, X, Y, and Z. Y and Z. So there's our last few letters. Those are the shadows. And then I don't think I can pop all these out. Let's see if any of these will flick out. Nope. So we're just going to go ahead and add these on top. Again, remember, all the dots would be out. If I was spending a little extra time, it would all look just perfect, but just to give you an idea what we have here. You saw how easy it was to run in through the machine. And gives you a nice little alphabet that you can, again, remember all the card samples we saw? So many ways you can use this set throughout the year. Versatile, good one to use. Whoops. Sorry, my fingers. That one's spinning by itself. It's like a little spinner. Huh. That is tricky. Let's flip it over. Okay. These are kind of jumping around there. And then we've got our V. And we're going to add our Y there too. So there's the letters we just created. And so here's 5 letters. If you had a word, happy, what else is 5 letters? You guys are going to help me out with that. That's a trick question because while I'm doing this, I can't think of any 5-letter words all of a sudden that you'd put on a card. But the one I did think of was happy. So can anybody else think of a 5-letter word that you would want to put on your card front? And these would also work nice on if you're making a calendar or a bulletin board or what else? A scrapbook page. That would be nice. So there's our samples there that we just cut out. Easy to do. And, the contrast of the white with whatever color you'd use on it really makes them stand out. Well, while I was testing these earlier today, I went ahead and I prepared some die cuts that also had adhesive on it. So I'm going to go ahead and peel these ones, and I'm going to show you how we can add those to this card front. Now, did I make this nice card front? No. Somebody else made this card front, one of our design team members, and I am just reusing it for this project. So let me see, where am I going to put my machine? I'm running out of space here. Let me drop those off there. So I was thinking, again, Mother's Day is coming up. So mom, that is a 3-letter word. That is easy. So I took the M and an M and an O. So I have those. And I was just using these dies here. I'm going to zoom in so you can see what I'm doing down here. And so I had used the M with the shadow and the O with the shadow. So I had both of those. And I did have to run the M through twice because it only comes with 1 M. And I ended up with these die cuts here. So I am going to get my trusty glasses because I'm going to try to peel this adhesive. And I need my glasses when I do this. So we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and put these together. Hopefully this will not take us too long. I can at least see what I'm doing. Great. And that's going to peel off. Again, this is just kind of like a sticker here on the back. I didn't like the way that one was going, so let's try it from this side. Oops, where am I? There we are. Okay. There's one. That's just about ready. And before I take that all off there, I'm going to go ahead and take this off as well, the dotted part, the dotted end. Okay, that's good. Good. Most of those little dots are coming out of there. And I'm going to get a pokey tool and hopefully get these out real fast because we want this one to look nice. So you can see right there, I can just kind of poke those dots out and they all come out real easy. I could probably flick it and do all that stuff, but I know this way they'll come out for sure. All righty, let's see, we got that. Stay down here a little bit further so hopefully you guys can see. I keep getting off screen, sorry about that. Okay, got our M. We're going to add that to the front. Can you see that? So that's going to go right on there. And that should stick on there. Whoops. Why is that not sticking? Looks like I'm going to have to burnish that down a little bit. So I'm just going to take I will grab a block here and I'll be off camera here for a second, but I'm going to kind of burnish this dotted down so it really stays on there good. Okay, I've got that. And then I'm going to peel off the base. Hopefully that will still peel. All right, there's one letter. And we've got an M there. I'm going to do a little curve here just to make it a little bit different. That will adhere on that. And let's go ahead and get our O next. Great. And we're going to put that down here in the center. This part's a little bit easier. The O's easier than the M. Where are we? Okay, got that one. And how many? Got a few of them hanging in there, so we're going to have to poke those guys out. Thank you for your patience. Thought this would go a little bit faster, but I'm trying my best. Won't spend too much time. One last one there to go. Okay, we got all those out. And we're going to add that there. Oops. If I can center it right. There we go. And we just need one more letter. So let's go ahead and do our M this way this time. Let's do one a little bit faster the last round. And again, this is sticky on the back because we use the adhesive sheet on this. So this is all sticky. I'm just going to adhere this down there. And we just need our last little piece, our last M, and we'll be all good to go. We'll have this card finished. Oh, the last one is going to be the most challenging one. There we go. Oh yeah, great. Look at almost all the dots came out on that one. See that? See how usually the adhesive will pull all those dots out. So that one worked really good. And I just have a couple dots to poke out on this and we will be done. Awesome. There we go. And I'm going to add that there. Ta-da! Ta-da! Not bad, huh? It really stands out. Nice, Mom. Whoops. That one needs to get burnished a little bit too. Really, oh, I missed one little dot there. You're going to see that I missed a dot, but I can pop that out. See if that little guy will come out. Awesome. Got it. There we are, Mom. We are ready to go. That is the dotted alphabet. So that was my idea. I kind of like the curve just to make it a little bit different. And then you don't have to be so crazy worried about, oh, does it all line up just exactly right when you go straight across, which we could manage it. We could do it, but gives us one little less obstacle to think about if we just have that natural curve on it. So that's my idea. And again, I had all of these other awesome cards that you can make with this. So think of any occasion you want to use it for. You got a hello card. There's that one. Coffee card. Thanks on slim lines, A2s. This was an A2. Lots you can do with this one. So check it out if you would like to get it. It's on the Stamps of Life website. If you have it already, you got to use this one. You've got to use this one, I think. It is a crazy mess over here on my workstation, but that's okay. I am just going to leave it, and we're going to keep moving on to our next item. So I hope you guys like that one. Came out pretty nice and pretty good timing, I think, too, right? Let's see. How are we doing here? I'm going to switch back over to me. There I am. There I am. I don't know if that's proper English, but there I be, or that's me, or I don't know how I would say it, but here I am back on video with you guys. Okay, so that was our first item, the dotted alphabet. Then we are going to move on. We are going to our, I did have one question before, because when I was looking at the alphabet, you know what, you guys, I had a question for you. I'm not going to tell you. How is your penmanship? Do you still have good penmanship? Are you able to write really nice and clear so everybody else could read it and they're like, oh, wow, that's beautiful? Now, when I was in high school, my dad or elementary, junior high, my dad made sure I learned how to write well, and I had writing skills, but now I can no longer write. My writing is just like scribbling. What is your penmanship? Do you still have good penmanship, or are you struggling like me? Mine is really awful. It just looks like chicken scratch or something. I don't know how to explain it, but some of the time it looks really bad. The only way I can get my penmanship to look kind of nice is by slowing down. And I think that's part of the problem. I'm always in a hurry or a rush. And since now I do so much typing and I'm on the computer and stuff, I have lost my penmanship skills. So how are your penmanship skills? And since most of you are ladies, I bet you probably have an advantage over me, because us guys, we usually don't write as nice as you in the first place. But I have definitely lost that skill the last few years, or not few years, maybe 10 years. It's kind of a bummer, because I've come across a couple of old notebooks or something that I had written in, and wow, my writing was so much better back then, so much better. So I don't know if it's just me or if it's all of us, but let me know there in the chat. Are your writing skills still nice, or are you getting sloppy like Ken? Let's see. So our answers. Creating Blessed. Cheryl says yes, she still writes nice. Good job, Cheryl. Wendy says yeah, she still has it. And Paula, when I don't feel rushed. Yeah. Don says depends on my mood. I think that'll be my excuse too. Friend me, myself, I says nope, awful. I practice the quick. Lazy fox often trying clip-yips. I can write well when I take my time, says Eleanor. Karen Ann says mine changed because I had to write fast for work. Yep. It's weird how that works. And Jane says, yes, take your time. If you want something really nice, I admit it, I will print it out. Oh, if I want something really nice. Yeah. Yeah, you just got to slow down, I think, and that would probably fix most of our penmanship problems. But I was just noticing that skill is really lagging for me. Okay, on to our next item, and I'm going to pop that up here for us. It is the Stamps of Life, and I think we've done one similar to this. I think, I'm not going to say for sure, but here we are. This is the Big Word Thanks die set, and this is a fun one. You can add it right to the front of a card. You can even make it into a folded. It wouldn't look nice on a scrapbook page. Really a lot that you can do with this one. You can use it just the inside die, or you can use it with the shadow die. So another one of those that has options. There's just 2 dies in this set. So it's not too complicated, but it is kind of fun. Now, again, we're back to that. The inside die is really kind of intricate. And this is another one that I would say go with the adhesive sheets. Okay, adhesive sheets. Let me grab it over here on the website, and I'll show you what we're looking at. All right, there we are. And so that's the Big Word Thanks die set from the Stamps Life. It is from, when is it? October of 2022. So we're just about 3.5 years ago on this one. I think this one was only available on the Stamps of Life website. And again, it's one, again, as I was saying, it's a versatile die set. So this is the basic right here, and that's the 2 dies you get. And let's see, here's some ideas for us. So there we go. Give thanks right there. That works perfect on a pumpkin. So some fall card making, Thanksgiving time. Thanks, my friend. That is a beautiful thank you card. And thanks on that'll looks like a mini slimline to me. Back to on our pumpkin. Wow, that one looks really sharp. Thanks on a mini slimline again. And there's an A2 card using the thanks. Easy, easy, easy. Let me show you the couple samples I have here. If you scroll down, there are, no, it's not showing our other big words. Oh, here we have this one, big word hello. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we talked about that one here on Take Two Tuesday not too long ago. So that is another option, the big word. So thanks. And of course, it works with all that fall stuff. As a thank you card would be awesome. Let me show you the samples I have. Now on this, while the other one we had a ton, this one I just have a couple. And we may have seen these on the website already, but let me show them to you again. So back over here on our little demo table, we have this thanks on that is a mini slimline, one of our smaller slimlines ideas. Then you open up your card there. And I thought I had one more. Thanks. I'm grateful for you. Really, really pretty colors. So that one is not using the shadow. See the difference? You have the shadow or no shadow. Now, I thought I did have one more card sample. Give me 1 second here. I'm looking. Oh, I did find it. Here we go. So no shadow and then with the shadow. So you have the two different options. Shadow, no shadow. Whatever you like. You can mix and match on those. This would be a fun one to use. If you have glitter paper or foil paper, anything like that, it would really, really stand out. Some sparkle, some foil, it would really make it stand out. And since you're trying to say thanks and make it a special thanks, you might want to go that little extra step and add something nice like that. All right, let's do, before I demo this one, let's check out our game that we're going to do today. This is where we need everybody to participate. I think we can do it. I think we can do it because this one's kind of visual, and I think we can do it. What I'm going to have you do, let's see. So let me show you how it works, okay? Here we go. I'm going to pull up the game so you can see first. And let me get rid of the commercials here. And okay. We have 6 minutes to do this. This is not going to be difficult. Not going to be difficult, okay? Oh, I guess I should share the screen, right? So you guys can see what I'm looking at. You're going, oh, Ken, this is going to be difficult because we can't even see what's on your screen. Yeah, that would make sense. So let me show you the screen I'm looking at. And we haven't done one like this, but I think we can do it. And I'm going to share a screen. All right, this is called Corporate Logos Quiz. Corporate Logos Quiz. So you see all these images? We're going to go through one at a time. And you guys are going to help me in the chat. Now, some of these I know, but some I do not know. So if you recognize the logo when we get to it, you're going to let me know what it is. We have 6 minutes to do this one. 6 minutes. It's not going to take us that long. So I am going to point at the square. You're going to tell me what the logo is for. Now, the first one is a trick for me. Who knows what that logo is? This one right here, the red circle with the wiggly lines through it, right there. Who knows that one? I do not know that one. Somebody help me out. The first one is probably going to be one of the hardest ones. Who knows that logo? Does anybody know that logo? Okay, I'm waiting for you guys. Who knows that first logo? Anybody? No. Okay, I'm going to wait for somebody to give me the answer for this logo here in the corner. That red one right there. Who knows that one? Who knows that logo? Does anybody know that logo? We're going to start. Here we go. We're playing. The timer's on. I gave us a little bit of a start. Marriott, somebody said. Okay, let's see. Marriott, great. I'm going to try to enter the brand. The next one, oh, where am I supposed to enter? There we go, Marriott. Thank you. Is that right? Oh, nope, they're not taking that as Marriott, the first one. Nope. Let's go to the second one. If anybody knows the first one, tell me in the chat, because I don't know it. I don't know it, and I need your help. Oh, hang on. I'm messing up my screens here. Yeah, it is a tough one. I thought Marriott might be it too, but it's not Marriott. Okay, let's go to the second one. That is Shell. Shell, right? And yeah, next one. Who knows that one? Next one to Shell is Nike. That's an easy one, right? Okay, now who knows this one with the chicken? It says Louisiana Kitchen. Does anybody know that one? Does anybody know that one? Does anybody know the Louisiana Kitchen one? Louisiana Kitchen. Anybody on that one? Anybody help us out? Can anybody help us out? Popeyes. All right, let's try it. Popeyes. Popeyes. Yes. Next one. Pepsi, right? Pepsi. Next one. This is tricky. Does anybody remember this? I think I know it. Does anybody know this black one? There's 3 stripes right there. Black 3 stripes.
Boy, long live the lady.
Black 3 stripes. Is it Atari? Does anybody know that? Atari. Paula says Atari. I say Atari also. Does anybody remember playing Atari games like Pong? Atari. Oh, how about this gold one? That's a tricky one. I don't know that one. Does anybody know that one? The gold one. I'm going to go on. If anybody knows the gold one, tell me. That is a tricky one. I don't think I've ever seen that. Pac-Man. That can't be Pac-Man. Oh, Paula maybe played Pac-Man on Atari? Paula? Okay. Who knows what that yellow icon is? We're going to skip that one for a second because that is too hard. Next, Toyota. That's the easy one, right? Toyota. And how about this one? The big mountain, the Blue Mountain. Does anybody know the Blue Mountain logo? Blue Mountain logo. Anybody know that one? Blue Mountain logo. Blue Mountain logo. Some of these are tough. Blue Mountain logo. That one in the circle. Shell. No, it's not. Prudential, Janet says. Oh, that could be right. Good job, Janet. I think you're right. Prudential. I thought it was an insurance company, but I couldn't think of what it was. Prudential. I wonder if they allow you to misspell. Yes. Prudential. Next, AT&T, right? AT&T. Yes. Next. Does anybody know that one? Cars. Starts with a C. Chevrolet, right? Chevrolet. Is that right? Yeah. Next. Ooh, this is a tough one. Who knows this A1? A in the square. A in the square. Wow, this is taking longer than I thought, you guys. Longer than I thought. The A, does anybody know the Peps? Teresa says Peps for that one. The gold one? Adobe, yeah. I think that's Adobe. Then how about the deer? Does anybody know the deer? Deer. Is that John Deere? John. I'm going to type in John and see if it takes it. No. Yeah. The big golden arches. Does anybody know the golden arches? McDonald's, right? Easy one. How about the blue with the planet? Does anybody know that one? Blue with the planet. Blue with the planet. McDonald's is, if I knew how to spell right. Apparently it doesn't. Take spelling errors. McDonald's. Blue with the planet. Anybody know that one? I'm going to do this one. This is Honda. Blue with the planet. United. Paula says United. Good one. How about the S? The big S. Is that Safeway? Safeway. I think it's Safeway. Yeah. And then Facebook. How about the blue and the red designs? Anybody know that one? Facebook. Blue and red design. Blue and red. This one over here. This one's Motorola. Motorola. I know a lot of these, but some I never have seen. Chevron. Awesome. How about this one? The circle with the 3 items in it. Like the triangle inside. Who knows that one? Chevron. This is tougher than I thought. Tougher than I thought. Motorola. Mercedes. Oh, awesome. And then how about this one? This red and blue one here. That's a difficult one. Oh, what did I say? Mercedes. You get Mercedes. So they gave us the answers already. Only 19 out of 36. 19 out of 36. We were getting them right, but I think we spent too much time on that. Hey, somebody said that was Marriott, and it was. So they just didn't take our spelling. So that was right. Which other one did we get stuck on? Sporkle. Sporkle. Who is... That's the website we're on. Sporkle. I've never heard of that. Okay, the ones we didn't get to, American Airlines, I would have got that. Comcast, no. Mazda, yes. Hilton, maybe. Taco Bell. Volkswagen, okay. This one I would have never got. Did anybody know that this was the Boeing company? General Mills, easy. How about this one? Guinness. I would have never guessed this one. Never guessed this one. Sprint, yeah, could have got that one. Anheuser-Busch, yeah. Audi, yeah. Microsoft, yeah. This one I probably would not have got. DreamWorks. Does anybody recognize that one for DreamWorks? And the last one is easy, Apple. Well, what do you guys think? 19 out of 26. Is it worth trying to do a game like that again? 19 out of 26 is not good. 19 out of 26 is not good. But again, I think the point is that we spent too much time on the couple we didn't know. So next time what we'll do is we'll just mow through all the ones we know, and then we'll go back to the ones we don't know. We'll go back to the ones we don't know. Oh, so some of you recognize these. Kellyanne knows the Boeing. Paula watches the DreamWorks. Yep. And what else? Yep. Jane says that DreamWorks. So there's just a couple that we would have really got stumped on. But we'll try again. They have some other ones where they have logos or pictures like that, things we can figure out. So we will give it a try again. We will come up with a different strategy. I think that's the key, a different strategy. Not, if we get stuck on one, we're just going to let that one go and move on. What do you say? Do you think that would be better? Just let it go, move on to the next one, and then we'll come back to it. I think that would be better. But the first one that we did get stuck on a long time, it was Marriott. So whoever told me it was Marriott, thank you. You did get the answer right. I did not type it in correctly. So what can you do? I told you my writing was not that good. So that is kind of proof. Oh, before we do go over here to look at the thanks diary real quick, the items that are on the website, I think I showed you, we have new items here on the website. I think the flash sale is over, but these still are available on the website. And I just wanted to show you a couple samples. We have the birthday hugs. That's the decal edge circle. If you like any of these items, that is a fun one and a versatile one. It said birthday hugs there. And this is a nice wedding one, Mr. and Mrs. Look at all that sparkle shiny there. These are on the website. If you've been waiting, the koala dies are now available to everyone, okay, to everyone. And then if you were on our website, I didn't show you this earlier, but these are the new items. Oh, they are still on. Let me check. I thought the flash sale was over. So let me refresh this page. Yes, the flash. Nope, they're still on flash sale. So the Mr. and Mrs. is still available on flash sale. And let me hit that stop real quick. And then our decal edge circle dies. That was this new one that I showed you here. And then we have the wax. There's the hello there. That's the stamp, the wax seal stamp. And then you get the gray wax with it. And then we have this cute bee with the wax that goes with that one. Okay, let's move on over back to our workstation. And we are working with our thanks die set. So I'm going to show you that real quick. And then we'll go on to our good news segment, our little devotional here at the end. So one more time, we're going to switch cameras. And I will meet you over there. Let me turn that off. Awesome. Nope, that's not what we wanted. Darn it. There we go. Okay, so here's the thanks. And again, these are the 3 different versions we saw on our card samples, using the background, the shadow, no background, with the shadow. Different options there. And again, I was recommending go sparkly, go crazy with this. Get some really nice colors. I think you would really like it. I'm going to run this through here. And I'll try to find 2 pieces of cardstock so we can do this at one time. And maybe we'll do it opposite of what we see. This, for the shadow, we'll use a dark color just to show you different options, different things that you could do. And then for the letters, we'll run it through on white. So it's just going to look different than what we've seen. But again, I'm just trying to show you it's very versatile. Okay, very, very versatile. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and run this through. Got that. This will be our shadow. And there's that. We've cut that out. Great. Now let's do... Now, sadly, I don't have enough adhesive on here, so we're going to kind of wing it a little bit. Some of it will have adhesive on it, but ideally we would put a whole adhesive sheet all on this back. Make it so much easier. But to speed things along, we're going to go ahead and use it just how we have it. So this is the letters, the actual script. Again, easy to do. Grab that. The letters, these are a little more fragile, a little more delicate. So you're just going to want to kind of work with those slowly. And I should have a little tool here to use to help me get some of these out. So those will pop out of there. Easy. Again, about a third of this does have some adhesive on it. Great. You've got that. There's your thanks. And if I had this background, I could just layer that right on top. And I think this is the end. Yeah, that end had a little. So I'm going to add some adhesive on here. Again, if we use the adhesive sheet, that works out a little bit better, I think. But I can do this here real quick. Let's go ahead and add that to there. And I think that this is, yeah. So I got that. I'm going to peel that off. That's where the adhesive sheet was, that little bit extra that I was using from a previous project we had been working on. So I'm going to peel that off. So we do have some sticky on here. And I'm just going to bring this here to the center. I'm going to go ahead and set that right on top. And so there's kind of another option for you that you could. Kind of looks fun, huh? The white on top of a dark background. So you have that option. That was one idea that I thought of. That was a little different than what we had seen, but that white really stands out against that background. And then, like we had done with the other ones, I would probably kind of burnish this a little bit and really press that down. You don't want it peeling off later. So I did that, and so that's looking nice. Now here's another option. You can actually make this into a folded. So it's the same die I just used. I ran it through once with the fold, and it created a folded card. Now, obviously, there's not much space to write in there. You would have to do some really tiny writing. And with my penmanship, no, I don't recommend that, but it is an option. This works as a folded. So there's your folded. Has the straight lines on the top. We don't like that. Go ahead and cover it with this. Let me do that real quick. Just trying to show you different things you can do with this one. So I've got my lines cut off there at the top. I don't like that, so I'm going to add a layer on top that covers that up. And then I just need my letters. And earlier I had cut out some of these pink letters here. Let's go ahead and add that to that. Oh, I kind of goofed that up. What was I going to do? Oh, I can show you both options because this is going good. So we've got this. And just a little adhesive on this. We're not worried about really getting it on there too crazy. This would look really nice like on a scrapbook page, on the front of a card. If you had like a white card, it would really, really stand out nice. We've got that. And again, you want to burnish this and really make sure it really adheres to that. So I'm just kind of really crushing that cardstock down. So there you have it as a folded card. Easy to do. Now I had one other one that I had cut. I had cut these earlier. So again, we're just looking at different versions. That has the shadow with a lighter color compared to the front. So let's go ahead and adhere that. And then I'll put this onto a card front. So if you're looking for something that you can use often and really, provides you with a lot of different looks, but not a lot of work. And I think it really looks special. And again, remember foil. If you have some foil paper, if you have some glitter paper, it's going to even stand out more than what you're seeing here. So we've got that. And then say I want to put this on a card front, and this is not a decorated card or anything, but this can go right on the front of my card. So let's go ahead and do that. And I had my adhesive there. I've got my card front, and I'm just going to adhere that there. Thanks. There you go. So that is the Stamps of Life. Thanks. Big word, thanks. Die set. It can be a fold it. Again, with very limited space, but just to show you can do a little bit extra with that. You can go on a card front. You can raise it up, pop it up. You can go with some of these ideas that our design team members have. They like the lighter color in the background. I was mixing and matching a dark or a light. So you have different options with this one. It's really pretty cool. All right, hope you liked that one. And let's see. Yeah, the flash sale is still on. You are right, Jane. Let me switch back over to me. Okay, so we are done with our presentations today as far as our dies. I hope you liked all those. They were fun working with. And everything was coming out really good today, and I had a good time showing those to you. So again, remember, if you have them, take them out, use them. If you don't have them, they are on the website. And that last one was the big word, thanks. And before that, we looked at the alphabet and numbers, the dotted versions of those. All right, I'm using just my phone today, so I got to open that up, our good news segment, and we're going to wrap things up here today. Did I get through everything I wanted to do? I think we did. Whoops. Somebody's been playing a game on my phone. This is not a game I recognize. Oh, I know what that is. Where am I? Okay, there we go. So if I open up the Bible app here on my first page, and I'm going to Proverbs, and we are in Proverbs chapter 10. Proverbs chapter 10, if you're reading along with us. So, once a week, we're just, again, getting into God's word and expecting, God wants to speak to us. It's just up to us if we want to spend the time to be in his presence, and we can do that through his word. So let's go to Proverbs chapter 10, and I am looking at verses, really short verse. Last week we had looked at a verse just a little bit before that, but this is verse 10, and I'm going to go ahead and add it to our screen here so you can see it. And what's neat about this verse is it's used not only here in the Old Testament in Proverbs, but it also is used in the New Testament. So here we go. It says, hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all sins. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all sins. Now, wouldn't it be wonderful if we lived in a world that didn't have hatred and strife and all the craziness that goes on about it, right? It's a place without sin. That would be wonderful if we lived in that kind of place. But God is showing us, the way that we can kind of overcome that. And what does it say right there? God is showing us that love covers all sin. You want to know how to overcome hatred and strife? God is telling us we can do it right here with love. So let's take a look at this. Now, I also have the companion verse. So this is where it's quoted in the New Testament, and you would find this in First Peter. Peter expands on it a little bit, and this is kind of be the basis of what we look at. So love is kind of greater than sin is basically what we're the main purpose here. And let's read what it says here in First Peter. But the end of all things is at hand. Therefore, be serious. Whoops, let me get rid of that little thing up there at the top. That was there. Hang on one second. Oh, we got that. Sorry. Oh, how can I get rid of that? Go away. This is Take Two Tuesday, not Crafting Corner. There we are. But the end of all things is at hand. Therefore, be serious and watchful in your prayers. And above all things, have fervent love for one another. That's an important keyword, fervent. For love will cover a multitude of sins. Be hospitable to one another without grumbling. As each one has received a gift, minister it to one another as good stewards of the manifold grace of God. So it's pretty obvious that if we have hatred for others, it's going to cause problems and greater levels of strife, right? We can understand that. But God is calling us to a higher level. And what's that level? It's that we would simply love people that God has put in our lives. It's not a hard command or anything to understand, that's for sure. So God wants us just to love people. That's a higher level. So when we choose to love, it can be very impactful, right? We can make a difference in people's lives. We've talked about that before. Wherever we're at, if it's home, among our family, our friends, our neighbors, when we show them love, it really is powerful. What's great to know is that the love covers, the sins that I commit, the offenses I do, or the ones that you do, or the ones that are done towards us too. When we choose to love, we start to forgive. We start to show mercy and grace rather than, when there's hatred, strife, it's like in our minds, I got to get back at this person. I got to get even. That wasn't fair. They hurt me. But here it's saying if we just love, and so that means practically start putting out grace, showing mercy, showing forgiveness. A lot of things in life that hurt us are really, really small things, and they seem so painful. But when you look at the overall picture, if we were just to learn to forgive and let these things go and not let them sink into our hearts where they become a problem for us, where we're unforgiving, where we want to be vengeful, or we want to get back, how much better off we would be if we would just let these things go. So that's real important. A part of love is forgiveness, mercy, and grace. And then sometimes there are big things that maybe hurt or damage. Maybe we've done big things to other people and we want their forgiveness, right? And so from our side, it would be our responsibility to at least ask that person, would you forgive me? I apologize for doing that. We want to find a way to get rid of hatred and strife. And we just want to do it by loving people. That's what God is calling us to do. Very, very easy. And I have this quote. Well, first off, I had mentioned that word fervent. So sometimes we think of love as kind of being a little bit passive or, I don't know, not really forceful or strong. But here the word fervent is like an athlete who is straining, giving his all, his best. So think of that. When we're trying to love people, we don't want to just go through the motions or like be kind of fake or something on the outside, but we really want to be fervent about it. We want to be really committed. We want to give our best. That's what God is calling us to do. So that word fervent, I thought was really key. I looked it up and it was mentioning it's like an athlete extending their muscles, giving their all, whatever event that they're involved with. So same for us. We're to have fervent love. And then this quote that I got was from this guy. I want to make sure he gets credit. Is from Wayne Grudem. I think he's a pastor. And he says, so this is what he says, where love abounds in a fellowship of Christians, many small offenses, this is what we were talking about, small and big, and even some large ones are readily overlooked and forgotten. But where love is lacking, every word is viewed with suspicion, every action is liable to misunderstanding, and conflicts abound. And it says at the end, he says, to Satan's perverse delight. So if we want to make God's enemy happy, we're going to be angry with each other and upset with each other and in strife and not forgiving. And we're going to remember every little thing that hurt us, and the big things we're going to try to get back at that person. That is what the enemy would have us to do. But you know what God says to do? Cover all of those things with love. I'm telling you, I know this for myself. It will be a great benefit to us if we learn to love and then let the strife and the hatred and the anger, let's just let it go. And if you continue on this, it says, be hospitable. There was an example right there. It says, Peter said, be hospitable and do it without grumbling. So you be welcoming to somebody, be kind to somebody. And when you do it, or when I do it, not go, oh, that was hard, or I don't know why I did this. How did I get myself into this? Let's just do it with love and kindness. Let's not grumble. I mean, God has blessed us so much and given us so much and done so much for you and for me. We should be happy and joyful and grateful people. And God's given us so much. So through hospitality, like Peter says here, let's show people God's love by being hospitable to them. Probably back in this time is welcoming them into their home. Maybe for us in our times, it could be the same thing, but maybe it's just sharing a meal with somebody, showing kindness to somebody, doing something good, blessing other people. Easy thing to do. So the key for us is, hey, we want to honor God and we want to live at that highest level that we can. So let's go out and let's love each other. Let's love the people that God has put in our lives. Let's make a difference. We can do it today. Look for chances to do that today. Maybe just listening to somebody, sharing some kind words to somebody, encouraging somebody, sharing God's word with someone, praying for somebody, all different ways that we can show God's love besides sharing our home or our food or our clothes those are all great things to do. But a little bit of time, a listening ear, just having compassion, caring for others, I should say. That is a way we can make a difference in the world. That's what God wants us to do. If we're doing that, it's going to cover up all the sin and all the yucky stuff and the things that aren't so great. And when we're hurt and maybe we've been damaged a little bit in life, let's just ask God to heal us, and also that God would help us to forgive us. Because remember how much he's forgiven us? If God has forgiven me all that he has forgiven me, I definitely can forgive others. That's the way I look at it anyway. All right, that is it. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was going from Proverbs 10 and 1 Peter, and great verses, and just talking about love being way greater than hatred or strife or any of that stuff. Don't you agree? I think so. I think it would be good for us to all focus on that. So let's do it. Again, let's put love into action. Okay, we are done. We are going to wrap it up here. Take Two Tuesday done. For what day are we on? We are on April 22nd. We've got, I think, one more Take Two Tuesday for April, and then we'll be off to May. But I want all of you to have a great day. I hope God is blessing all of you and your family and your loved ones. I know it's springtime, so maybe get out and enjoy the day. If you have sunshine, we have a beautiful day here, right around high 60s, low 70s in Southern California. The sun is out. So if your sun is out, go out for a walk, enjoy creation and maybe all the blessings that are around you. Say hello to somebody, maybe make their day, smile at someone. We can do a lot of small things that can really go a long ways. God wants to use it if we want to make ourselves available to him. Okay, I will see you again next Tuesday for Take Two Tuesday. We'll be back. We'll have some games. We'll look at some fun stuff. We'll figure out something to do. And then Thursday night, don't forget, Crafting Corner is coming up. Okay, I am out of here. Back to work for me. A little computer, a little warehouse work, get this place cleaned up. I've got plenty to do, but I hope you enjoyed our time together. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.